Hello! Gamer Nom is back again for today. So this video is about the weekend giveaway. So for those who joined, see you in the shoutouts. For those who won, congratulations. So I would just like to show to you again the mechanics. So guys, again, look at number 4. You need to comment the whole answer. Example A, 3 to 4 OC Shinigami, okay? Let's say the correct answer is B. And then you answered like B or 4 to 5 OC or 4 to 5 OC Shinigami but no B. That is considered wrong. I need to see the letter B, 4 to 5 OC Shinigami. For as long as it's complete, then I will accept the answer. Okay, so the answer is total power 4 to 5 OC. Shinigami! Congratulations to the winners! Before we proceed with the individual shoutouts, special mention to Job Kristen Doliente. I was shocked by his answer. Guys, read this. He really did research for this giveaway and I think he deserves to win. Username, I'm too bad, please help. I've already sent you a friend request. Please accept it and see you on my VIP server. So guys, I think we will be having 4 winners and one of that is I'm too bad, please help. For those who did not answer it correctly, don't worry, you are still included in the individual shoutouts. So we have a total of 100, I guess. Oh my god, that's a lot. I appreciate you all. So, shout out to Luis De Los Santos. Shout out to JTV. Shout out to Reino Sef Templado. Shout out to the Greatest Drip. Shout out to Clorax Beach. Shout out to the Gamers Spot. Shout out to Ramrich Hipolito. Shout out to Jamer Miguel Orcalies. Shout out to Juan Benedicto De Leon. Shout out to Lennon Mobile PH. Shout out to John Ray Taginon. Shout out to Jairo Peñaflor. Shout out to Yvonne Nang. Shout out to Omniversal Sage. Shout out to JD Juarez 13. Shout out to Justin YT. Shout out to Sander Joff Porlaje. Shout out to Mobile Gaming. Shout out to UI Vegito 4. Shout out to Matt Owen Cruz. Shout out to Zerti. Shout out to Alcher Ladaga. Shout out to Chavi Unofficial. Shout out to Ina Zalina. Shout out to Ultimate Anime Lover. Shout out to Scott Songkong. Shout out to Nayan Vias. Shout out to Trasha Maru. Shout out to Sachin Sign 48. Shout out to Folded Art 34. Shout out to Professor Crusader Guy. Shout out to Kevin Ramos. Shout out to Kang Plays. Shout out to Prince Justin Vinoya. Shout out to Mr. Sharky. Shout out to Mel's Good Nice Day Milk and Choco. Shout out to Cole 3012 Roblox. Shout out to Virus. Shout out to Ian Floyd Miranda. Shout out to Jerem Cool 237 Plays Roblox. Shout out to John Michael Guevara. Shout out to Spider Plays. Shout out to Austin Wang. Shout out to Narwhal Powers. Shout out to Anime Episodes. Shout out to Elijah Feliciano. Shout out to Night Moon. Shout out to Ernesto Salvador. Shout out to Mobile Player. Shout out to C Gaming. Shout out to Manny B. Shout out to Melanie De Ocampo. Shout out to Shikigami. Shout out to AER2ZTX. Shout out to Idiot Human. Shout out to Oluwa Pelumi Ogunmefun. Shout out to Razord. Shout out to Hypesaz. Shout out to Metusila Valenzuela. Shout out to Ling Hak Official. Shout out to Pavian Place. Shout out to Half DJ. Shout out to Mr. Kobe. Shout out to J. Miguel Orcalies. Shout out to Aumi Mi. Shout out to Shikatomo Plays Roblox. Shout out to Luis Rano. Shout out to Ninja Gaming. Whew! Shout out to Luis BG. Shout out to Jadon Lowell. Shout out to Rain Andrew Bacor. Shout out to Jaime Miguel Orcalies. Shout out to Amari Nitek. Shout out to Axhai Gade. Shout out to Freddy Nabnab. Shout out to Aqua Gaming. Shout out to Jeff Gallios. Shout out to Toxic Pandy. Shout out to Priyanka Singh. Shout out to Pramod Acharya. Shout out to Arvin Rodriguez. Shout out to Miguel Andre Licot. Shout out to Anime Fighting Simulator YT. Shout out to Zenitsu. Shout out to Gavin the Creator. Shout out to Lance Labik. Shout out to Juan Miguel Halasan. Shout out to Cookie Kid Gamer. Shout out to Exter Gear X. Shout out to Sam Jerick Makilian. Shout out to Mr. Kobe. Shout out to Chris Esconia. Shout out to Mark Andre Arrebatado. Shout out to Les Bookman. Shout out to Rainbow. Shout out to Yaboy J. Shout out to Boku no Keith. Shout out to Red Cueto. Shout out to Ultra Instinct Jamil. There you go. Again guys, I will remind you. Some of you answered it correctly, but you answered B, 4 to 5 OC, or 4 to 5 OC Shinigami without letter B. So that is still considered wrong. So I hope you understand because that is part of the mechanics, okay? Better luck next time. Now for the correct answers. Gaming Mobile Sean YT, William Angelo, Jocelyn Sikat, Cho ML YouTube. Shout out to Kai Chisaki. Shout out to Excelity the Gamer. Shout out to Paul Ronnie. Shout out to Sneaky Leaf. Shout out to Rodney James. Shout out to Ratino Pratama. Shout out to Jacob Smith. Shout out to Anime Gaming. Shout out to Aaron Patillo. Shout out to Headshot. Shout out to Pro Gamer. Shout out to Martin's Gaming Channel. Shout out to Dustin Gunnar Alfarisi. Shout out to Miko Mation. Shout out to Carl Henry Tandog. Shout out to Techno Boat. Shout out to David Gabriel G. Zara. Shout out to her Simon Pahente. Shout out to It's Nightlight 67. Shout out to Ken Andre de Guzman. Shout out to Mr. No Name. Shout out to Dead. Shout out to Mixmaster 99. Shout out to Scaddy. Shout out to Michelle Duplessis. Shout out to Chokage YT. Shout out to Druplo. Shout out to Simran Buta. Shout out to Tamil Selvan. Shout out to Chill Gaming. Shout out to Hyperfin J2R1. Shout out to Corison55. Shout out to Roland Animation. Shout out to Rajiv Manoj. Shout out to Andre Valerio. Shout out to Lee Cyril. Shout out to Brawl Stars. And shout out to Chow Gaming TV. So that's it. We have a total of 140 plus shoutouts. Now we have 42 correct answers. As you can see, we're gonna shuffle it. There you go. And we are going to spin. So for our first winner, congratulations to Chill Gaming. Okay, first winner. So let's remove him. Now we have a total of 41 names on it. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And for our second winner, we have Ken Andre de Guzman. Okay. Congratulations, Ken Andre de Guzman. Okay, you are removed from the list. So now for our final winner. Last one for this giveaway. Okay. And the winner is Cho ML YouTube, YT. Okay, so congratulations to the three of you. For the other participants, thank you. I appreciate that you joined.
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
For the three winners, please comment your username in this video. I will be waiting for that so I can add you and give you your prize. Again, to all the viewers, subscribers, supporters, I appreciate you all. Thank you and bye-bye.